Now, in today's video, I'm gonna be giving y'all another six-figure business funding play where you can get a line of credit as well as a business credit card with just stated income. So in today's video, we're going to be going over the PNC business line of credit and credit cards. So some of you might be familiar with PNC. Now, they offer small business lines of credit. A couple years ago, PNC had a online application for the line of credit. That was actually a little bit higher underwriting where you had to be in business for at least 3 years. Now, it seems as though they've streamlined the process again, where they've kind of separated out two different lines of credit. So you have the small business line of credit, and then you also have a secured business line of credit that goes up to much higher amounts. So with the small business line of credit, these are amounts from a minimum of $20,000 all the way up to $100,000. No collateral is required. Now, and again, when looking at the small business line of credit, so this is going to be the unsecured line of credit and then the secured small business line of credit. Obviously, the minimum amounts are going to be different. Also, with the unsecured line of credit, so if you're requesting a limit between $20,000 and $100,000, there's no collateral required. However, with the secured small business line of credit, they will require collateral in the form of non-real estate business assets. So any business assets that you have. So typically what they'll do is like a blanket lien on your business assets. Both of these are variable based on the prime rate. So with the small business line of credit, this does come with a $175 annual fee. Now, a couple things to keep in mind. So you will be required to have automatic monthly repayments from a PNC business checking account. So you will have to open up a PNC business checking account in order to get the line of credit. So again, let's go over some of the characteristics of the small business unsecured line of credit. Minimum loan amount of $20,000 unsecured to a maximum of $100,000. Now, this will require a personal guarantee. So this is a PG. Stated income, so no documents are required, and this is going to be available in all 50 states. So that's another great benefit. There's really no geographic restrictions. Another great benefit is that you can close the loan online through a business banking representative. Now, this is a huge plus, especially if you don't have a location near where you live at or where your business is located. So you can complete the entire business line of credit application online, but it will be through a representative. So it's still somewhat of a manual process. Again, as I mentioned, auto debits from a business checking account will be required for the line of credit. Now, another thing you want to keep in mind when it comes to requesting a loan amount, right? You always want to request the maximum credit limit, because what PNC will do is they will counter you. So let's say you request 100,000, but based on your information, they can't approve you for the 100K. Then usually what they'll do is they'll counter offer. So provide a counter offer. And then from there, you can accept the counter offer. And one of the best things about the PNC business products is that you can double dip on a business line of credit and multiple business credit cards with the same inquiry, as long as you do this on the same day. So same day application only. So I just want you guys to understand that if you're watching this video and you plan on doing this, make sure if you do decide to do it, that you're doing it at the same time as you're applying for the business line of credit, because that way you can get multiple products. So you can get a business credit card or a business line of credit, business credit card, or maybe even multiple business credit cards with the same inquiry. Now, another point I wanted to make is that the way they set the line of credit limit is going to be 10%, equal or less than 10% of your gross annual business revenue. And this is pretty standard with a lot of financial institutions where you can get a line of credit that's about 10% of your gross annual revenue. So let's say, for example, you're generating $300,000, then the maximum limit that you're going to be able to get is $30,000, right? And so that's pretty much how they determine what you'll be able to get with the business line of credit. So just keep that in mind. Now, in terms of the data points needed for approval, now these aren't all the data points, but these are just general guidelines in terms of, you know, what you should really prepare yourself in terms of data points if you plan on applying for PNC business credit products, right? And overall, PNC is somewhat of a conservative financial institution. So you're going to want to have no derogatories, whether that's on open accounts or closed accounts. So if you're someone out there with bad credit, this is definitely not for you. PNC is going to be more conservative, and their business model tends to favor more of the prime credit types of profiles. You also want to make sure you have low utilization, right? 10% or less is recommended. I know a lot of times people say 30%, but you really want to make sure you're under that 10%. And again, little to no recent accounts. So PNC is known to be new account sensitive. So if you recently opened up a bunch of new accounts, then that could be problematic, even if you do have all of the required data points in terms of revenue or even credit, right? If they see that you recently opened up a bunch of new accounts, that could be a reason for you to get denied. So just keep that in mind. And generally, like I said, they tend to cater to prime credit. So you really want to make sure you have a 700 FICO or higher. And again, this is going to be on experience. So let's recap the $100,000 PNC funding play. So again, minimum loan amount, 20,000 up to 100,000. This is going to be on the unsecured line of credit. They do have a secured business line of credit where you're pledging business assets, and these are for amounts over 100,000, and they go as high as 3 million. This will require a personal guarantee, stated income, so no documents required. They will be pulling Experian. Now, in terms of the FICO model, I believe it's FICO 9. Now, don't quote me on this. If anyone does have any other data points or confirmation, definitely let me know. But it will be Experian personal hard inquiry. And again, you can double dip on the line of credit in multiple business credit cards using the same inquiry if you're applying on the same day. You don't want to have derogatories on your credit profile, whether that's on an open account or a closed account, because they're conservative underwriting. You want to have low utilization, ideally 10% or less, little to no recent accounts. Now, I should actually put this in highlight because, again, PNC is very new account sensitive. So if you've been adding a bunch of new accounts, that might be problematic, even if you have high credit, even if you have the income to support it. Another benefit, this is available in all 50 states. You will have to get a PNC business checking account for auto debits from the line of credit. So this is how you're actually going to pay the line of credit. You also probably want to request the maximum limit when you put in your loan request, because what they'll do is they'll actually counter you if they can't give you the max amount. And again, the max limit is going to be set to 10% of your gross annual revenue, and you can close the loans online. So this is another benefit. You don't have to actually go and branch. So there you have it, the PNC funding play, where you can get a business credit card, business line of credit, just with the same inquiry. They're going to be pulling Experian. Now, you do want to have a pretty decent personal credit score. No docs required for this for amounts under 100,000. So again, if anyone is interested, I'll drop some links in the description of the video. Let me know your comments and questions. And if anyone has any experience with the PNC business line of credit or PNC business credit products, definitely let us know what you think in the comment section down below. And until next time, take it easy, and we'll talk to you soon.